Commissioner, we are now live on YouTube and Facebook. You have the floor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the meeting of the Administrative Operations Committee of the Public Building Commission of Chicago, being held today, November 6, 2025 at 1 p.m. Director Gitteroff, please call the roll.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chairman. Chairman Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the meeting held September 25th, 2025.
Move to approve.
Motion approved. Next item on the agenda is public participation. In accordance with the Opens Meetings Act, registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comments.
Chairman, there's no speakers today.
Thank you, Mary Pat. Next item on the agenda is report by Director of Procurement, James Borkman.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioner.
Good afternoon.
I have 4 reports for you today. The first is our monthly task orders awarded against term contracts. You'll find that on tab C1. We just had 2 task orders since the last report. The first was for the SIP Police Motor Maintenance Garage 4 renovations. That was for material testing and inspection services awarded to National Soil Testing LLC. They're a minority business enterprise firm in the amount of $37,156 even. And the second was for the Joint Public Safety Training Campus Phase 1A Outlot Restaurant Area. That was for environmental engineering services awarded to WSP USA Environment and Infrastructure, Inc. in the amount of $49,190. Any questions on the 2 task orders?
Nope.
All right. My next report is under tab C2 in your books, and that's the appointment, a recommendation of appointment of firms to provide project development services to the Public Building Commission of Chicago. On August 21st, 2025, the PBC issued a request for proposals for project development services. The RFP sought proposals from firms interested in supporting efficient delivery of projects from planning through completion. The PDS firms provide specialized expertise in project management, cost control, scheduling, and coordination, which enables the PBC to maintain the high standards of quality, accountability, and transparency that we're known for. The services enhance the PBC's capacity to manage multiple complex projects and provide key personnel which ensure compliance with various requirements and make sure we deliver facilities that meet the needs of the user agencies and communities that we serve. As a result, and in response to the public advertisement, we had a very well-attended pre-submission conference. We had nearly 40 people from over 30 interested firms come to that pre-submission conference. As a result, we had 11 proposals submitted by the deadline of October 7th. We seated an evaluation committee and we analyzed the proposals by specifically looking at the experience and qualifications of the firms, the approach and methodology they took to the services we required, the experience and qualifications of the key personnel they proposed, their rate sheet, which would be negotiable, as noted in the RFP, the value add that they brought, and their commitment to the PBC's minority and women-owned business enterprise goals for our professional service agreements. As a result, the evaluation committee narrowed the pool of respondents to 6. Those 6 were then asked to prepare a presentation and come for an interview. The presentation had to be focused on 4 key items. Really, it was 5 key items. We wanted specific details on their key personnel. We wanted an even more detailed look at the firm's approach to invoicing and financing. We wanted the firms to accurately describe their time tracking management and reporting for MBE compliance and utilization of MBE firms and WBE firms. We wanted their detailed transition plan if they were not already an incumbent and if they were an incumbent, should they not be selected. And lastly, thanks to the executive director's work recently, we wanted their commitment, if they were selected, to further enhance the PBC's student engagement and student hiring initiatives. As a result, we are recommending the following 5 firms: Ardmore Roderick, an MBE firm; Comprehensive Construction Consulting, Inc., an MBE firm; Cotter Consulting, LLC; McKissick and Ochi Joint Venture. McKissick is an M and a WBE firm. Ochi is an MBE firm. And Millhouse, Inc., an MBE firm. And that would be the recommendation that we would take forward. Do you have any questions on the RFP or on the recommendations?
My question is more, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind. My question is more about how, when you have a pool, how do you select who you use for the projects, just conceptually?
Yeah, that's a good question, and thank you. It'll be based on project-specific requirements, parameters, staffing, and whatever those sort of constraints may be. It may be assistant project managers, schedulers, cost control, senior PMs, assistant project coordinators. In terms of how that selection is made, a request will go out to the firms, and the firms will respond by way of resume or qualifications of staff. Those qualifications or resumes would be reviewed based on that project-specific parameters, and then we would make that selection.
Right.
So we try to keep it as equal as possible. Each firm has its own specialty. You know, between the 5 firms that James and Patty and the team did such a tremendous job in procuring on our behalf, there are 31 total companies within these 5, which represents over 100,000 employees of resources that we can tap at any time. So there's no work. We're positioning ourselves to continue to support our partners in their sort of program as well. So I hope I answered your question. It'll depend on the project specific. The parameters will go out. It'll indicate we need a design manager, resumes come in, and then we select the best candidate of the resumes that we receive. And not always do we get resumes from some of the firms, because they may not have that candidate, or they may be busy. But we feel with having these 5 firms, currently we have 3, now with these 5 firms represented by 31 different companies and over 100,000 employees, I think that our chances of getting the right staff person for the right situation, the right project, are increased by 100%.
Right. Thank you. That does answer my question.
So to wrap up, as I said, each firm agreed to fully negotiable cost proposals, which we were very, very happy about. So what we would do is we would take this just as we have done with our other professional service agreements. This would be a master term agreement with an initial period of 5 years, and then the 3 one-year optional extensions to be solely exercised at the sole discretion of the commission in a not to exceed amount of $20 million.
Does that need, the options, they need to come back to the board, or are they up to the executive director?
They are up to the executive director, but traditionally we have brought those in amendment form to, as you will see in my amendment report, to the board, at least to the AO and the board for approval.
And under the current agreements, we've exercised those options as well.
That's correct. This is this agreement I should have led with that has expired or will expire December 31st. So we're planning ahead.
Right. Right. Thank you.
It was an incredible job that James and the team did, along with the evaluation committee, to work through these 11 submissions, narrowing them down for the interviews and selecting from there. So the whole team deserves to be commended for that.
Good. A lot of teamwork.
Great work.
Great job. Thank you. Okay, for my next report, that's item C3. Under your board book tab, you'll find adoption of the United States General Service Administration contract with eBuilder, Inc. As both of you, I think, are pretty familiar with, the United States government's General Service Administration is the giant procurement arm for the federal government, and as a result, we, being a municipal enterprise, are able to participate in their cooperative purchasing program. Sometimes it behooves us to do so. This is one of those instances. You'll find in your board book the letter giving us full authorization to take advantage of the federal supply schedule contracts under the cooperative purchasing program, the disaster purchasing program, and the public health emergencies program should we ever need it. We found, when we did some research, thanks to Lisa Gitteroff, the Director of Innovation Technology, that the eBuilder contract, which is the contract that provides our construction program management software services, would save us, utilizing the GSA contract, about 18% annually. So the feds, I went through and double checked, they were competitively bid, they were federally vetted, and obviously they have the favorable pricing. So it's our recommendation that the colloquial term is to piggyback off of the federal contract to save the TBC money and for efficiency purposes, and in the pursuit of government cooperation.
We piggyback on other, like the city contracts, if they're to our advantage as well.
That is correct. the county and the city, we also are able to. We only currently have 2 city contracts that we piggyback off of, but anytime there is an advantage to us, we will do it.
Right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, my last report is the amendment report. Just one amendment for this board meeting. It's the amendment to continue with LCP Tracker and B2G Now. That's the web-based labor and minority compliance software tracker. That's under tab C4 in your book, sorry. And it would just be the increase of $100,000. There's no other change to the existing agreement, which we've had for some time. This is one of those agreements where the piggybacking in the past made a lot of sense. So we get that good rate.
Great. Thank you.
And that would just be for the 1-year extension till December 31st of 2026.
Okay. All right. I don't have any questions.
And that concludes my reports.
Move to accept the reports.
The reports are accepted. Next item on the agenda is report by Executive Director Ray Gooderoff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First report is in regard to our field order activity report. There are a total of 3 projects with 4 field orders. The 1 field order exceeds our reporting threshold, and that is field order number 13 for the Kenwood Academy Link and Mechanical Project in the estimated amount of $44,933.35. The proposed change was reviewed with our client for concurrence to issue the field order. The field order for the work has been issued and the contractor is proceeding accordingly. The work includes restoring existing sewer connections, installing new manholes, ductile iron pipe, along with ensuring that the contractor provides as-built drawings of the new work that they're performing. If there are no questions, I can move on to the change order activity report. Mr. Chairman?
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. There's 1 change order on our change order activity report, and it is for our CDOT capital program for various alleys, 7 locations specifically. The contractor is Summit Construction Company, Inc. And the change order includes 2 items, both credit amounts. The first is for the reconciliation of the schedule of prices in the credit amount of $20,649.47. And the second is the deduction of the unused commission contingency that's included for a total credit amount of $261,207.03, bringing the total credit amount for both at a $281,856.50. This change order is similar to the other CDOT projects, will be brought forward with reconciled quantities and unused contingencies as these projects are being procured by schedule of prices. Any questions?
No.
Thank you. And then if I may, regarding other reports, thank you. So just a brief update. On October 3rd, the March of Dimes recognized the Joint Public Safety Training Campus Project as a recipient of this year's construction award at the 2025 Construction and Transportation Program Luncheon. We were honored to accept this award along with our partners over at Fleet and Facility Management, recognizing the innovative project that represents a major investment in Chicago's future and a significant milestone in civic and public safety. In addition to that, the March of Dimes also recognized President Prettwinkle's Build Up Cook program. Heartfelt congratulations to President Prettwinkle and all our partners in Cook County. On October 14th, we hosted a well-attended pre-submission conference and site visit for the design build services for the Department of Family and Support Center's Bronzeville Regional Senior Center. Proposals were received earlier this week, and you'll be hearing more about that project on future board meetings. On October 21st, the PBC hosted its 8th Quarterly Assist Agency Conference. Representatives from the African American Contractors Association, Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, United States Minority Contractors Association, Women's Business Development Center, and Hispanic Construction Industry Association all attended. PBC provided updates regarding its upcoming procurement opportunities, continued support for minority and women-owned businesses, and continued collaboration with the assist agencies. PBC is committed to remain accessible to all its assist agencies, contractors, vendors, suppliers, specifically the MBE, WBE firms. our next Assist Agency Conference is scheduled on March 24th. Something that we did different this time around is as a team, we decided to allow one of the assist agencies to highlight its work. So the USMCA did that this time, and each meeting that we have, we'll ask one of the assist agencies to highlight their work, and that would then create a more of a collaborative sort of partnership between the assist agencies and the PBC. USMCA did a really good job in that first sort of go around with highlighting their work and their mission. On October 23rd, the PBC attended the annual meeting and State of Industry Luncheon with another one of our assist agencies, the Federation of Women Contractors. We shared details regarding PBC's current and upcoming procurement opportunities during the meeting. That meeting was also well attended by the agency. On October 28th, PBC staff members were excited to support President Pretwinkle and the team at the Forest Preserves of Cook County, who celebrated a ribbon cutting for the new recreational amenities at Beaubien Woods. As you know, PBC is also performing work separate from all of the county's investments throughout that entire area. So we were happy to support President Pretwinkle and her team. And then tonight, on behalf of the PBC, I'm accepting the prestigious Honorable Justice Thurgood Marshall Legacy Award for 2025 at the 34th Annual Millennium Builders Awards and STEM Education Scholarship ceremony hosted by the USMCA. I will provide more details regarding this event at the board meeting. That concludes my report.
I have not been out to the site yet, the completed site out in Forest Preserves. I'm going to go out this weekend, but all the stuff I saw on social media was very positive. And
yeah, it was well attended. I think the investment is, as you said from the beginning, it's a great investment. A lot of people use the Forest Preserve,
sure do.
and it's pretty much attended year round, believe it or not. So whether we're winterizing bathrooms or not, they are well attended. And Beaubien Woods is a pretty spectacular site.
Beaubien Woods, as you probably know, we'll see what happens with federal transportation dollars, but the goal is to have the CTA line extend to Beaubien Woods, which is going to really open it up for a much larger part of the city. Because right now it's historically been pretty isolated, but that's going to change in a significant way. So.
Yeah, thanks to you and the team at the Forest Preserve and President Pretwinkle, it's been a pretty unique experience for us too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's been a lot of fun. It's not building a high rise,
no,
but
it's a whole different thing.
It's just as rewarding and just as complicated. It's been a lot of fun.
Right.
Emphasis on fun.
Yeah. Thank you for all your work out there. I know it's a lot of it's different than what you traditionally do, but it's really important.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
That concludes my report.
All right. Move to accept the reports.
Reports is accepted.